Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Becca and today I am giving my boyfriend a TBR. So while it is February and the month of romance, I thought now would be a perfect time to give my boyfriend a 2019 TBR. So this is Curtis.
Yo.
He's my boyfriend. He's not just a prop.
Hello.
And essentially I have read quite a few books that I think that Curtis would really enjoy, but he also has the personality trait of resisting anything that I want him to do. So we're making a TBR video so that he has to be held accountable for reading these books. Now you would think that Curtis doesn't like to read, but Curtis has actually read all of the Game of Thrones books. So when he wants to, he can read. He just resists it. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him 5 books that I want him to read in 2019, and then maybe at the end of the year or the beginning of next year we'll see if he read them and what he thought and whether the books I think he likes he actually likes. So what books do you like to read?
Anything.
Well, seeing as you haven't read anything I own, I would probably disagree with that. Any particular genres?
Well, anything that I am interested in at the time.
He does this really strange thing where, like I said, he's read the entirety of the Game of Thrones series, but he has no interest in picking up any other epic fantasy, and it baffles me. So I'm gonna give you a TBR and you're gonna tell me whether you think you're going to enjoy them or not. Okay, so the first book I would like you to read in 2019 is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is a virtual reality like gamer sci-fi, and it's set in a world where they all, you know, because you've watched them film.
I watched them film.
It's set in this dystopian world where everybody pretty much lives in this virtual reality because the real world is horrible. And there is an Easter egg hunt set inside the virtual reality world, and whoever cracks all the clues gets possession of the entire game and anything that the owner owned, like his house and stuff. So
Yes. Been a gamer since day one, so.
It also has some pop culture references to things that I didn't pick up on but you like.
Rush.
Yeah, the band Rush. Is part of one of the clues. Yeah. I also give you that one because it's the only like standalone on here, so that's not, if you like it you don't have to read more, like you just have to read that one, whereas if you like the others then you've got like a full series to get through.
So don't like the series, otherwise you're trapped.
Yeah, because you got to read them all. Not this year, but I imagine you'd want to carry on with the series instead of starting a new one.
Yeah.
Okay. Book number 2 is very strange because I have not read this myself, but I read 60 pages of it and I'm pretty sure that you will really like it. And that is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers.
I like the artwork already.
This is another science fiction, but this is a space sci-fi. And it follows the crew of the Wayfarer, and the crew of the Wayfarer's job is to dig tunnels through space. And a girl joins the crew and she has some secrets. But we have some very individual characters in here. It did remind me a lot of Star Wars in the 60 pages that I read.
I like Star Wars.
There's something called the Galactic Confederation, which to be fair really reminded me of Star Wars. And there's also like a lizard alien species, and that kind of reminded me of like a Han Solo Chewbacca kind of situation, like an alien species, like human captains. Mixed. Oh, and I feel like a lot of the alien species and also some of the like supernatural sci-fi elements of this are very representative of real life races and LGBT social issues, and I think that is something that you would really enjoy.
Cool.
Especially.
Yeah, I like space stuff.
There you go. Have you ever read a space book?
No.
No.
Films, yeah, but not books. Not space books.
Cool. Next is one that I'm not necessarily sure that you will enjoy, but you promised me that you would read this because it is
Flashbacks.
My favourite series, and you did start to read it about 2 years ago and you got to page 42. So this is one that is on your TBR because you have to read it anyway.
Yeah.
So
start what you finished.
I thought I'd do this instead of making you read.
Finish what you started.
Yeah, not start what you finished. That doesn't make sense. So I thought I would add this because you did already start it, and then you'd have 6 books. So
Yeah.
That is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. This is a romantic fantasy that follows a girl who kills a wolf that is actually a fae in wolf form. The High Lord of the area that fae is from claims her life and drags her back to the fairy world. And it's Beauty and the Beast retelling. How do you feel about this?
Well, I've already started it, so I was going to finish it.
And what did you think of the first 40 pages?
Don't remember. I remember a tent and a marketplace. I remember the locations more than anything else.
Oh yeah, she went to sell the pelt of the deer or the wolf to a mercenary lady.
It probably reminded me of the game that you were probably playing at the time, which is probably Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, was I?
I don't know.
Maybe. It also, like, you haven't read The Hunger Games, but the first chapter of this is like the same as The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And also, there's another book I've read recently that has the same first chapter. It's very, very common story starting. So yeah, you're reading ACOTAR.
Evil Pillows.
Evil Pillows. Now the next two I think that you're really going to like, and this one is the one that I think that you're going to like the most after The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. Nevernight by J. Kristoff. So Nevernight follows a girl whose mother was sent to an asylum and whose father was murdered by these high people in the government.
Does she know this?
She knows this. Yeah, she was there when they came in and was like, we're going to kill your dad and you are coming with us to her mum. She wants to get revenge for what they've done to her family because she ends up being like a street rat. So she is taken in by this guy who kind of adopts her and trains her to go to an assassin school.
Like Batman then.
Maybe.
Batman's parents got killed.
Well, yeah, but he was a billionaire. She was an orphan.
True.
So I think that you're going to like this because, like Game of Thrones, people will just die.
Yeah.
J. Kristoff kills everyone. And you think J. Kristoff is a pretty cool guy from what you've seen of him?
From what you've said.
So
Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, so you like J. Kristoff and you like badassery.
Yes.
And people dying. So
well, depends.
I think you're gonna like this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Is this just like your answer to?
I agree,
like, yeah.
I agree, and I agree.
Just yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe you've just made very good picks.
And then finally, this is a book that I've picked, not necessarily because I think you will enjoy it, although I think you will. It is because you said that you were going to read it because I was enjoying it so much. And that is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, which follows Laszlo Strange, who is a sweet little cinnamon roll, just like you are, who is a librarian, and he's obsessed with this mythical city that nobody thinks exists.
Like Atlantis.
Pretty much like Atlantis, yeah. And he really wants to go there. He researches everything he can about it. He's convinced that it exists and everyone thinks he's stupid and makes fun of him for it. But maybe he's right.
We will see. The
writing in this is really, really beautiful. It has like a romance you might appreciate. You like a bit of romance, don't you? You little cutie. Magic and stuff. And it's a slow burn. I feel like you're a slow burn kind of guy because you really like the Wind Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami.
I liked I like dreaming and dreams. So
well, yeah, that's like
the thing.
It's written kind of like a dream. It's so flowery and prosaical. Like, do you like books that are like insanely descriptive and flowery?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Seemingly.
So those are the 5 books. Obviously, you can continue with the series if you like the books.
Yep.
Which one are you most excited for? Which one do you think you're going to like the most?
Ooh, either one of the last 2.
Nevernight or Strange the Dreamer?
Yeah.
Interesting. And which one do you think you'll like the least?
ACOTAR and Ready Player One.
ACOTAR, I think.
How popular it is, and also I've seen the film, so I like.
Yeah. I don't want to be sexist, but ACOTAR is very much intended to be read by women and enjoyed by women, and it has a lot of classic romance tropes in a fantasy setting. Like, unless you have a penchant for like big, strong, fey men that are like territorial and stuff, then you may not like ACOTAR, but you said you'd read it and you've started it.
We will see.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna see you in a year.
Yeah, or 2.
Or 2, no. A year, and see if he read these and whether he did enjoy Nevernight or Strange the Dreamer the most and ACOTAR the least. Oh my god, can you imagine if you loved ACOTAR and you were like a die-hard Tamlin shipper and you like sailed off on Tamlin's ship. So that is everything for building my boyfriend's TBR. There are his books.
It's a structure, it's been built.
Do you think he's going to read them? Do you think he's not? What do you think he'll enjoy the most? Because these are all pretty hyped books. Like the majority of people, these two are the least hyped, but these three.
They are the least.
These three pretty much everyone has read. So please also don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you want to. And if you head into my description box, you'll find a link to my Goodreads, Instagram, Twitter, if you'd like to follow me on any of those, and Curtis's YouTube channel if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! And TCG games and watching us stream Fortnite, which is always entertaining. Curtis isn't very good at it. I get shot and he just squats and hides.
Like
Great.
so.
Great boyfriend. There will also be a link to my Bookish body butter and candle company, the Instagram for that, and 10% off discount code. But that's it from us today.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you will go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.